This bad boy, one like this shows up on your test. So I want to talk you through this. What we're going to do is go backwards, right? They actually say you know math best if you can go forwards and backwards. So I'm going to walk you through how we go backwards. It's super easy. The first thing that you need to do when we do this is I do it like this. I say to myself, I know I've got two little functions here, so I'm going to go y equals and y equals. I know that. I'm going to do that, right? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to talk about a thing in math, girls are watching me, called convention. And convention means, like, my name is Dana Tarantino, and in American and English language, we put the common name, my first, and my family name second. But in a lot of cultures, you don't do that. I know in like Chinese, you put the family name first and your common name second. But we do it this way, Dana Tarantino, because it's convention. That's how we do it. It's not wrong if you just call me Tarantino. That's not wrong. It's just not what we normally do. So when we're doing these, convention says that we're going to start on this side and then move to this side. We go little to big. That's how we do things in math. So the first thing I'm going to look at is like, hey, this is just y equals, this is a heartbreak problem. So it's just y equals -2, nice and easy. And then I'm going to go over to this guy, and it's like, well, if you touch there, it would be y equals 3. Good, easy. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these guys, and I'm going to send them up to the right way. I'm going to give it a name. Now, to be honest, if I was doing this on a test, I would call it d of x, because Dana, I like that for me. But you do you, right? You pick your whatever. F is fine. I'm going to put the -2 here. I'm going to put the little 3 there. Look, he's too big. Now, he's looking pretty good, but I've got to deal with that boundary issue, right? I got to deal with that boundary issue. So, look, I'm going to find the boundary, and the boundary's right there. And here's how we do it. Every time we do these, it's always going to be x is little, right? The arrow is pointing this way. And then we have x is big. The arrow is pointing this way, right? Because that's where it's going to work for us. And I know this, that when x is little, it's less than 1. We're going to put that boundary right here. And then this guy over here is x is bigger than 1. We have one last job to do before we get to high five ourselves, and that is who gets the dog and who doesn't get the dog. And in this case, it looks like the 3 dude gets to keep the dog. He gets the point. So we're going to come over to him, and we're going to put a solid 9, because that stands for our little dog. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's step up our game a little bit. Are you guys ready? Nice and easy. So here we go. Step number 1 for me. This thing that's like scary to me. So I start like this. I really do. I kind of do this action. Nice and easy. Now we've got a thing with a line with a slant, right? That means it's an actual line. It is actually y equals mx plus b, right? I know I'm going to have a slope there and a starting point, right? So let's take a look at this dude, right? And do I have to do any math? No, because I'm lazy. I have to count, right? So to get my b, I just see where he hits. Right there, boom. That's our b. Don't make it any harder than it needs to be. Our bad boy is 3. And my slope. I could do a bunch of points and do the whole y over y, x over, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to count. Up 1, over 1. There's my slope. 1 over 1. Can I make that just 1? I could. Could I make that nothing and just have it be x? I could do that too. Are all of them right? Would I give you points on a test? I absolutely would. What are you doing? I'm hoping that's on the phone. Please don't let that be a phone. Okay, we'll put your cover plate. Okay. Because really, I have to say, from my point of view, when you're just staring at your crotch, I only have 2 guesses, right? And I'm praying it's something technical. because otherwise, ooh, it's creepy. So, oh, and I just, you know what? I videotaped that, so that's going to be for everyone to hear. Yay, that's yay for you. You'd be like, edit it. I'm like, I don't know how. So, yay for you. So that bad boy is going to go up here. X plus 3. Okay, now let's do this guy. Y equals, well, if I kind of extended it a little bit, y equals -4. So easy. Boom. And look, I'm going to slide him over here. La, la, la. Okay, do me a favor now, my lambs. Go ahead and put in those boundaries. There's the boundary line. Look, I didn't even hit it. Be careful on who gets the dog. Remember, on this one, X is the little guy. X is the big guy. Looks like it's at 2. So we're going to slam a 2 on there. 2 and 2. And looks like the bottom guy gets the dog. Gets the dog. Are we good? Yeah? Okay, stepping up our game. Stepping up our game. And I'm not going to give you much on this one. Ooh, 3-parter. So I'm just going to give you a little hint before you start. Our boundaries are going to look like this. X is going to be the little guy. X is going to be the middle guy. And then X is going to be the big guy. Look, you could even do, you could do those before you even start. I'm also going to do one other nice feature for you. Look, it would be so much nicer if this hit somewhere. So look what I'm going to do. I'm just going to extend it a little bit, right? That'll help you. So go ahead, see if you can't actually do, and again, if that helps, there you go. We're going to try. Okay, so here's the deal. Oh my God, I'm really good at this. You need to do this, right? Now you're just great job. But please do you cannot. The convention says we go left to right. So we do the slanty one first, the low flat one next, and the high flat one last. But would it be wrong to get that in that order? It wouldn't be, but it makes doing it a little very easy. Okay, go ahead. Every time you run it, you piano. I think I get up.
There's always two.
Doesn't give us one?
20.
We're doing 20. Does that make sense? Yeah, the Franklin nice fit. If you're pretty, why do I go to the apple? It's like, no, those are barriers, that's valuable. What are the functions? So here's what this would not be. And so, so is this the guy that's going for this side? So it's X is pretty. Does that make sense? You're making it small. And that's kind of why I do it in that order. I do this guy first, this guy second, this guy third. Good. Okay, here we go. The trick is not the barriers. We can do the barriers pretty easy. I got a barrier right here at -2, right? So I got this as -2. -2 to 3 right here. 3. And then finally, x is bigger than 3. The barriers are not the key point. The key point are one of the little functions. So let's start over here with the slanty guy. On this slanty guy, he's slanted, so he's a line. He's y equals mx plus b. He's not a heartbreak problem. He's an actual y equals mx plus b guy. So here's what I need to know. I need to know what his slope is, and I need to know where he hits the y-axis. And since he doesn't hit the y-axis, I'm going to extend him till he does. Boom, right there at 3. And his slope, if you count up and over, is up 1 over 1. So the slope on this guy is 1. So what I'm going to write for this guy, I'm going to do it nicely, x plus 3, and I am going to slide him right up here. How do we do? We okay? On the next one, it's just a heartbreak problem. I don't need an x in here. He's nice and easy. So I'm going to just take him and put a -4 on him, and I'm going to slide him right up into here. Why don't I need that y anymore? Because this guy, David, I feel like I'm pretty good at this, but I'm not sure you're actually good at this, right? So you can do something else with them, right? Okay. So right? And then finally, the last one, we're up here at 5. Oop, oop, oop. We're up here at 5. Still not 5. Still not 5. Well, I don't know what the hell's happening here. There we go. Are we good? Okay, so on Friday, there'll be one like this, and your job will be to write it. Are we cool? Okay. Last thing for this chapter. Here we go. Last thing, best thing. You won't hate it. Here we are. It's nice and easy. Could you do me a favor? Could you get your little board out for me? Could you please, nice and easy, grab that? Everyone grab it. Everyone grab it. Yes, you as well. Grab it on your little thing. It's what we did last night. This should be super easy for you. Oh, I want to make one change. Sorry. All day I've been messing this up. Could you make that a 1? Sorry. All period, every period, I messed that up. Yeah, and your glasses look cute. Do you not normally wear them? Do you not normally wear the glasses? They look super cute. Yeah, very cute. Sorry about that. So, also on the video. So there you go. You got a graph? Can I walk around and see your graph, please? Okay, so I'm good at. I need you to do this. Okay, but I need you to do this. It's a 1. It's a 1. I change it from a 0 to 1. Okay, so erase what we don't need, right? So on this, I think this now will all go away, right on this side, and that will all go. Okay. You don't need it. I love that. Decide who gets the dog, right? Love that one. Yeah,
The one's
love
the
that.
like where the scores on that thing.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna make you come up and do it in a minute. Show me. Okay, there you go. Okay, so here's what's going on. I gotta put my boundary in. It's at 1, right? And here's what I know. I got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Open dot. How do I know it's open? Because there's no line underneath. And then for this guy, 1, 2, 3, it's going to be a closed dot, and it's going to look like this. How does yours look? Does it look like mine? Okay. So here's what's going to happen tonight. Tonight, you're going to be asked to do something with this information. And there's 2 ways to do what we're doing tonight. One way is to use a graph. And for those of you who are like me, and you're lazy, and you don't want to do a lot of work, using a graph is really nice. Some of you are like, Miss T, I don't want a graph. Can I just do it in my head? And I'm going to show you that way as well. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with this. La, la, la. I know, it looks crazy. But wait till you see, it's super easy. So what we're doing is that we are going to be plugging in these numbers. And I'm going to tell you this right from the top. Every answer on this is either going to be 4 or -3, because those are our only two choices. Y is either going to be 4 or -3. And the question is, when do I use 4 and when do I use -3? And here's how you decide, Karen. You're going to do it like this. You're going to plug in -1. And look, the answer, 4, and you're done, right? That's as easy as it is. So if you were going to plug in 7, you're going to come over here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and your answer is going to be -3. Yeah? So it looks much, I love math, it looks harder, but it's easier. So I'm getting really close to moving you back to where you came from, right? So I need you to focus. Because again, I'm really good at it. I need you to do these. Actually do this, do 25. Like everyone do 25. It should be really easy, right? It should take no work. Yeah, because you're like, Miss T, it's not on our graph. You're right. Because it's this way, so it's going to be -3. Okay, 2, also so easy. -3. Ooh. But now we get to 0, or to 1. 1 is an issue. So the question is, I'm going to plug in 1. Where am I going to go? Am I going to go down to -3 or up to 4? Down to -3. How do I know? Because he's got the dog. He's got the dog, right? Nice. -5, what kind of gypsy magic is that? That's a horrible number. You're right. It is going to be 4, because guess what? It doesn't even matter that it's -3.14159, because it's negative. And I don't care what negative it is. In this problem, if I'm going this way, it's going to be 4. So even if it's this terrifying number, do you have to do it? No. You just have to know which of these to use. So we're going to step up our game a little bit. Are you guys ready to do this? Here we go. Next one. Can you graph that for me? Everyone's graphing. Sue. Graphing. That's my girl. She's got it. Karen's back. She's back. She's gone for a minute. Am I ready? Is it oh my God, on my roll sheet, I have, no, I think that would be adorable. I have no A on my all year. I would have been like, here. I know. All year, that would be so bad. I know, that's no one knows. Oh my God. But you know what? Now it's in church. You're so recording.
You know I'm done. You're done? I'm done.
Can you please still call her?
Oh, yeah, you know I love. You know, I'll be like that. I like that teacher. I told you that. Oh, no, this is a bad story. It was my first week teaching, and I was teaching a multicultural school, and this is the girls, so I would say out loud, exochill, because who would name their kid exochill? No one would name their kid exochill, but I didn't know. And then a little girl would come up to me in the period, she said, you didn't call my name. I'm like, what's your name? She goes, Sophie. I'm like, oh, honey, you're not on my roll sheet. And I'd say, yeah. And the next day she'd come back and they say, you're in my room. I'm like, okay. And then I'd read their roll, and I'm like, exochill. No one would raise their head, because who would name their kid exochill? No one. And at the end of the period, well, Sophie would come up and be like, you didn't call my name again. And I'm like, you're not on my roll sheet, because I'm looking for, you know, like Sophie, something like that. No, do you know how you pronounce that? Sochi. It's a famous park in Mexico. Like it's Sochi, like it's famous. but I didn't know. So Karen. And you know what? I should be calling you exceptional. Are you ready? Here we go. Exceptional. We're going to be really careful on this one. We're going to start on this one at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1, over 1. I'm going to do it down this one. I'm putting some dots on here. I'm going to put some dots. Oh, once I get to 2, that's my boundary. And I'm going to put an open dot right there. I'm going to fill this bad boy in so it looks like that. Karina, that's so funny. And now I'm going to go to -2. Like I was certain too. That's just what's so brutal. Like what? Karen. Like this, like that. Like. There we go. Okay. So now you have choices here because here we go. We're going to not say exceptional. I also had a student. Oh, I can't tell you that story. I'll tell you that story in a minute when I'm not taping because it's a bad story. So we're gonna plug in. We have choices. You do you. You can do it graphing. Some of you are gonna be like, Ms. T, can I just do the math? So here's what we're gonna say. We're gonna go to G of 5. We're gonna come over to 5 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna go down. Boom, -2, super easy. We're gonna plug in 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, super easy. But if you're like Miss T, I don't want a graph. Could I just do this the math way? Yes, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to this guy and plug in a 0, I get 4. So you can do it with math, if you're a mathy person, or you can do it with graph if you're a graphy person. So let's go to -1. Again, I could either plug in the -1 right here and get 3, or I can plug it in right here and I get 3. It's your call. I'm lazy, so I just look at the graph, right? I can plug in the -2 and get 2, or I can plug in the -2 and get 2. Here's what happens now. We're going to come off the graph. And as long as I know the pattern, 449, that's not hard. I'm just knowing that's down here. It's going to be -2. Now the last one we want to talk about. Yeah. Well, no, on this one, it's x plus 4. So it's whatever I plug in here plus 4. Does that make sense? If I'm using that guy. But on this one, I'm not using him. I'm using him. Does that make sense? So that's the trick. Is to feel like if it's anything smaller than 2, I'm plugging it in this guy. If it's anything bigger than 2, I'm using that. Does that make sense? Okay, we got one last one. -14.4. I don't want to graph that. And I'm not going to get a nice number because it's a decimal. So on that one, guess what? I am mathing it for sure. So when the graph is bad, don't graph, math it. And why am I putting it into that guy? Because it's this side, right? It's less than 2. So is it scary? -14.4 plus 4? No, it's super easy. It's -10.4. Okay, we've got 2 last ones to do, and then I'm shutting up. One is a graph, and one is not even a graph. So let's take a look at this bad boy. Can you do me a favor? Can you graph it, because it's good practice, and can you evaluate it? You're going to get 3 different areas, right? 3 different areas. So you have to practice from last night.
Not just like things first. Do I have to graph it?
I would like you to just practice the graphing for me. But then, to be honest, if I was going to evaluate it afterwards, I wouldn't use the graph. I just wanted one more shot at practicing the graph on these. Because this will be kind of the last time we practice graphing these 3 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Just kind of want to make sure everyone's cool on the graphing of these ones. This is a little tricky to graph, to be honest. I'm going to do it, and I'm just going to work up here while you're working away. I'm going to start over here at -2, and it's going to kind of go like this. And I think I got an open dot right there. Yay me. On this next one, I'm going to start at -2, and I'm going to go up 1 over 1. I'm also going to do a little trick here. I'm going to put a 1 underneath that, a line underneath that. We're going to talk about this in a minute. This one's a very kind of interesting problem, and we're going to talk about it in a minute. So I'm going to start at -2. I'm going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and I'm going to get to here, and he's going to have an open circle. We're going to talk about that dot in a hot minute. On the last one, I'm going to go up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. But I'm going to keep going because I got to go for a while till I get out of my little barrier. So I think he's going to be like this. Remember we talked about you can erase, right? So you could put stuff up here and then say to yourself, oh, wait, I'm going to erase what I don't need. So I'm going to erase that part. There we go. Okay. So yesterday, before we start doing this, we need to talk about this weird little corner action. So again, you got your boyfriend or girlfriend that you moved in with, and then he or she is a jerk and they cheated on you. So you kick them out. And you're living in a cute little apartment in Walnut Creek, and they're so heartbreaking that you kicked them out that they moved to San Diego, right? They moved to San Diego. When that happens, you cannot share the dog, right? Because you live in 2 different places. You live in 2 different places. And if you live in 2 different places, someone's keeping the dog and someone's not. But if this jerk who cheated on you, why would he do that? If he literally just moves to the apartment next door and he really still lives at the same place as you, you can share the dot, right? It's rare, but in this case, that 0 is solid because he goes for both of these guys. And you're going to say to yourself, then Miss T, how do I know where to plug it in? And it's going to turn out it won't matter. You'll get the same answer either way. So let's go through this real quick. If I'm plugging in 7, I'm going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right there at 0. Nice, easy. Yay for me. Or I could have plugged in 7 right here. 7 minus 7, 0. I'm good. Let's do the next guy. I am plugging in 0. And if you're thinking, but Miss T, do I use this guy or do I use this guy? My answer is yes. Either one works. If I plug it in this guy, I get -2. If I plug it into this guy, guess what I get? -2. They share the dot. And so whenever you have a corner, it's a solid dot because they're sharing it, right? So on this one, it doesn't matter how you do it. On this next one, we're going to go to 4. 4 is right here, and I'm right there at 2. Nice and easy. 5 is a little bit tricky. They don't share the dot. So I'm not going to use that guy. I'm using that guy. So my answer on that one will be 2. 200, guess what? It's off the chart. So I don't want to graph to 200, but I know it's this guy right here. So I'm just going to plug in my 200, and I'm going to get -193. Nice and easy. And finally, on the last one, I am going to plug in 1, and I get -1. Super easy. Okay. Last thing we're doing today is a goofy little game. For me. It's not for you, but it's for me. Turn your whiteboardy things over and be ready to write A, B, or C down. And here we go. Look at this bad boy. What's missing from the slide that has been on every other slide today? A graph. Because guess what? You don't remember how to do that. You might kind of remember how to do that. And you certainly don't know how to put them all together. So we're not going to do it. But we are going to do the math. We are going to do the math. But the math is tricky here because I have to know, where do I plug in -4? Do I plug it into this guy? Do I plug it into this guy? Or do I go plug it into this guy? And that's going to be our game here. So here's what I'm going to put. I'm going to put an A here, a B here, and a C here. And here's what I want to tell you. If we have any number that is smaller than 0. I'm going to put that right here. Let me grab a whiteboard. Any number smaller than 0, I am going to be plugging it in to the A one. Does everyone see why that is, right? Because this says anything smaller than 0, plug into me. This guy says use me if you're between 0 and 4. So if we have stuff between 0 and 4, let's see if I can get a good color here, right there, I'm going to use the B guy. And finally, last but not least, anything bigger than 4, I'm plugging it in to the C guy. Does that make sense? So here's what I want you to do. Are you ready? We're going to do G of -4. And what I'd like you to do is write down on your board, and you're going to hold it up for me. Do you want to plug that into equation A, equation B, or equation C? Yes, and we'll be like that. Yeah, we're like that. Yeah. So let's do G of -4. Where are we plugging it in? I'm seeing lots of A's. Then do it. Plug it into A. Do it for me. So yes, often I do it without the math, right? Hey, did you get 14? Easy. Okay, get ready to write a letter down. You're going to show it to me. Ooh, where am I plugging 0 in? A, B, or C? I have 2 zeros up there. Or am I plugging it in? I see some A's, I see some B's. Luckily, no C's. Answer on this one? A. Why A? Because A has the dog. B does not get the dog on this one, right? Yeah, because it's less than or equal to. The equal to, yeah. So plugging it into this dude right here, I'm going to get -2. Yay for me. How about next one? We'll plug it in 3. A, B, or C. Show it to me. A, B, or C. Or 3. A, B, or C. We'll plug it. We got B. 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 Plug it into B. Do it. Last one that I'm going to make you hold up. Oh, you got a decision to make. Is it B or is it C? We're plugging in 4. Where are we plugging it in? We got someone saying, we got a few people. Oh, wow, wow, nicely done. It is B because B got the dog. Right on, you guys. So if you got 1, you're a pro. And do the last one. And if you get it wrong, I need you to give me your address because I'm going to go and kick your dog. Because if you miss that last one, that's my boy. If you miss that last problem, I am coming to your house. I'm kicking your dog. No, I don't even want to know where you're plugging in. Do the problem. Do the damn problem. It is 19. Thank you so much. I am done. I'm going to stop taping and I'm going to